Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Young and Hungry FireCast episode number 1 with
Oh
my homeboy
shit.
Jay Azeltine. What's
What up,
up,
what
Jay?
up? What up, Zach? How are you?
Dude, I'm good. I'm super hyped about doing this. Jay and I have been talking about it for a little while now.
Yes, we have.
I guess a little background with me and Jay's relationship. We met through Corey Gregory. I don't know, you guys may know him.
Yeah, some
But
dude.
since me and Jay are about the same age, and since we met, we share a very similar mindset. So we've been trying to connect on something like this, and finally we're pulling the trigger. We're making it happen.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's time. The time is
It's
now.
time. It's time to make it happen. So I'm gonna give you a little intro and a background on me. I was just telling Jay, I hate introducing myself because I feel like I'm bragging on myself. That's why I get up fucking at 4 o'clock in the morning and work
Yeah.
till 10, 11 at night. So I ain't gonna introduce myself. But I'm not at that level yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce
You're
myself.
gonna do it anyway.
I'm Zach Homol. I'm from a small town, Wellsburg, West Virginia, repping Ohio Valley. What's up, the Valley? That's actually why I named my gym Iron Valley Barbell. The town had 2,900 people in it. So when I left being a coal miner to kind of like make my career in fitness, people were like, bro, you don't make money from lifting weights. But I'm trying to make it happen anyway. So I'm a professional ranked, I guess, elite level power lifter. I got a 1775 total
Oh
at
shit.
180. Yeah, I'm trying to break that 1,900 pound this year, man. My numbers are there. So I'm trying to put a meet together.
Yeah.
Probably my goal is to write it down maybe August 27th. So that's what I'm shooting for.
Got that date on the calendar though. We'll get into
It's
that down
there.
the road.
It's always there, man. The
Big,
date
man.
is always
That's
there.
big.
It got pushed up. I had to push back because actually Jay and I got a photo shoot coming up together. So
Stay tuned.
it's just, I'm getting a little bit lean. Then I'm like, okay, I gotta get fat again. What am I doing? So anyways, I've been training about 11 years. I currently I own a gym here in Indianapolis called Iron Valley Barbell. If you ain't heard about it, now you know. It's hardcore. You guys know the old school gym, maybe Rocky Road gym, super hardcore gyms, has a big garage door. We just get here, we get with it. Also coming out with my own clothing line. Stay tuned. I'll tell you guys a little bit about that. And I also have a personal training business, online training business that's doing well. So I'm rolling into the entrepreneurial life, and I'm never gonna say, here's a little disclaimer on that. I'm definitely not an expert when it comes to business, but I'm learning as I go. I have a different approach when it comes to business. I keep it easy. I make it easy on myself. So that's where I'm standing right now. I'm passing over. Jay, let's hear a little about you, my man.
What up, what up? All right, cool. That was awesome, Zach. This dude's got a lot of accolades. He didn't touch on all of them. Like you said, he doesn't like to brag about himself. You learn more about some of his accolades. Dude is strong as fuck, one of the strongest dudes in the world. So we'll get more into that down the road.
Actions.
But actions speak louder than words, absolutely. So a bit about myself. I grew up in Ohio as well, very small town outside of Columbus. Not a whole lot goes on here. A lot of people that grow up here never end up leaving the town. They don't really do a whole lot. I'm sure everyone's familiar with that kind of place. I always grew up active in sports and stuff, but I never really grew up as one of the bigger kids. I've always been super skinny, slender kid, man. You would have never expected me to be where I'm at now. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen some of my transformation pics from when I was a dweeb in high school. Like I said, I was always kind of athletic in sports, but I never found the gym until I was 16, 22 now. So about 6.5 years ago, I started training. And immediately I fell in love with it, man. Like, I'm sure you're super similar. Like I got in there the first day and one of my track coaches actually took me in there, and I wanted to just keep going back every single day, man. And that was my biggest problem starting out, was that he wasn't going there every day. Like, he wasn't showing up every day. So I was like, shit, man, I got to figure out a way to get in the gym every day.
Dude, you learn at a young age, like, it's hard to keep training partners.
Yeah, bro, that was my
Dude,
first experience with it. That's definitely something that's tough for a lot of different people. But so I started training at 16. Like he said, talked about Old School Gym briefly. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about Old School Gym. It's becoming a worldwide brand through Corey Gregory, Dustin Myers, and everybody else that trains there. I started going there about a year after I started training, so about 17. I met Corey around the same time. It was a few months after I started training there. It was super early on in the Muscle Farm days. No one really knew who Corey was, but I knew that he was someone I needed to surround myself with, man. He just got that aura. So started training at Old School, started working out with Corey at about 17, 18 years old. Joined the 5 a.m. crew. If you follow us, you guys know about the 5 a.m. crew.
The crew.
Man, exactly, man. And that shit changed my life. I don't think I'd be anywhere near where I am right now if I had never stepped into the doors at Old School Gym and started training in the morning, man. Learned so much about life, about fitness, and just everything else like that. I owe so much to Corey and a lot of other dudes that I've worked with there. So moving forward, my training's continually progressed and gotten more and more intense and more in depth as I've learned more. Outside of fitness, I went to college for a little bit. Decided to drop out of school last year to pursue some entrepreneurial endeavors. Now trying to build up a couple businesses. I do real estate on the side as a real estate agent. I'm looking to get into real estate investing down the road once I get some more capital. Similar to Zach, I'm doing the online one-on-one stuff. I'm the main trainer for CoreyGFitness.com. Some of you guys may be members on there, so I run all the one-on-one stuff there. And I'm working on my first investment house right now, actually. So Zach and I both, like he said, we're not going to claim that we don't really know much at all about being entrepreneurs or anything, man. We're so early on, but
Shit,
we're
a year,
grinding.
not even a year into it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we're grinding. We're learning every single day. And that's the whole point of this podcast. FireCast, not
FireCast.
A podcast. It's a fucking FireCast. It's going to be lit.
Damn right.
The whole point behind this is to bring you guys along the journey and basically just and we're going to move into the vision here. So let's talk about the vision for the show a little bit. So the whole point behind this is to bring you guys along with us on the journey. We're going to show you guys some of the ups, some of the downs, and we're going to be super real about it and share some of our experiences and help you guys out getting started on your entrepreneurial endeavors if that's what you want to do. And if not, then you guys can just follow along. And I think it's going to be interesting, though, because there's always ups and downs, man. All entrepreneurs talk about the ups, the downs. There's good days, there's bad days. So we're going to share it all, share our experiences, our wins, our losses, and hope everyone can benefit from it. Zach, touch on your vision a little bit for the show, man. I know we have such big aspirations for it, but it's hard to cover them all. But so touch on a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to pinpoint it. I follow a lot of podcasts, a lot of guys, Gary Vee, Corey Gregory, John Fosco. These guys are great. I follow all their podcasts, listen to these guys. And so that's where me and Jay got this vision, like, man, there's no one really, these guys, they've made it and now they're giving back. That's super awesome. Like they're giving back to guys like us.
Yep.
But there's really nobody out there actually dragging the guys through the mud. We're in the mud still. We're like, yo, guys, let's drag you through the mud with us, and figure out, do you really want to go about this life? Because Gary Vee says it all the time too. It's not exactly easy, waking up early, staying up.
It's glorified. People glorify it a lot. It's not.
Yeah, and you see an entrepreneur, like it's cool to say it, but is it really cool to live it? If you follow me on Snapchat, you see me. The grind is really real.
This dude hustles.
4 o'clock every morning. You see it at 4. Then you see it at 11:30 at night. I'm still grinding. I'm on my computer. The grind is really it's hard, and not only just the work, the consistent work you put in, but you're talking, friendships. A lot of friends, fall off, and then you actually make more acquaintances than you do friends. That's another thing. And relationships are hard, with the relationships with your parents, and then if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, it becomes harder and harder because you spend less time with them and more times on your goals. So if you are in a relationship, you really have to find, this is something that I've learned in my relationship, you have to find someone who's just right for it, someone who gets it. Because if, your person you're with is really not about it or ride or die, it's going to be harder to chase your dreams. So there's a lot more things that go into it. But definitely my vision with this, I want to take you guys along my journey, both in, the entrepreneurial, but mostly in the fitness, because I'm at the end of the day, I'm a fucking gym guy. I wouldn't say fitness because I have to have a really different approach.
Yeah, you
Jay's Instagram this morning, some cat told him to take a rest day and get bigger and stronger. And I just keep saying, like I said, online training now. I have over 70. I don't say clients. I say they're my team members. So I have 70 guys on my team right now, stretched out in 4 different countries, covering all different states around the United States. And we train 7 days a week. And my guys are producing numbers. My guys are setting records. They're 40, 50, 60-pound PRs. They're training 7 days a week. We ain't resting. My numbers speak for themselves. That's why I don't like to introduce myself, because my numbers will show themselves. If I'm squatting over 700, deadlifting over 700, and approaching a 500-pound bench press, weighing 180 pounds, and I'm training 7 days a week, how can you tell me it doesn't work?
Yep. No, proof's in the pudding, though, right?
Proof's in the pudding, man. So that's kind of my vision. I'm gonna bring you guys along, share my mindset. I'm 24/7 hype. You'll see I drink coffee. I'll probably drink it every single time.
I just got my caffeine in me.
You use the Starbucks, right?
Yes, sir. I'm that Starbucks life.
Chugging coffee. So I'm going to just bring you guys along the grind, show y'all. Me and Jay, like I said, share a very similar mindset. Going to have a lot of fun, be super, non-conventional with this, and hope y'all enjoy it. So that's the that's the the whole the vision, the
Yeah.
disclaimer, man. Let's bounce on with Jay. What's some goals you got, man? What's some first? Give me a little bit of short term goals, and when I say short
Yep.
term, I want give me like a 6 month to a year goal, and then give me It's hard to make long term goals. I feel
It
like
is.
because goals change, dude. A lot they
Mm-hmm.
change fast. You might realize like I'm realizing this right now. I love powerlifting,
Mm-hmm.
but the more and more fucking Atlas stones and shit I pick up, the more I love strongman. So I can really see
Definitely.
myself falling into a strongman, pursuit because I think
100%.
it's man shit, right?
It is
So,
fucking
but
man shit.
go ahead and give me a little overview on
Yeah, man.
what you think your short term and kind of long term goals are.
Yeah, let me start by saying like what's the next date on my calendar, because that's what we talked about earlier. I'm super big on having a date on the calendar, man. So it turns out that we both have a similar date on the calendar, because Zach and I are going to be doing a shootout in California, at Muscle Beach here coming up. Yeah, Zach's getting them guns right. So that's next on the
Doing
calendar, man. So
biceps.
everything's geared towards that basically right now. We don't have a set date exactly yet, but we have an idea. It's going to be sometime in September. So everything I'm doing right now, every single meal that I eat, every single day I go into the gym, man, it's all geared towards September and that shoot. But some of my short term goals, though, some of my goals are weird, man, because I don't have, now with the fitness industry and different things like that, you don't have to get into magazines and different shit like that to become known. It's all about building your brand through social media. So my goals are more so like keeping me on track, like putting out one new video a week, coming up with creative content, coming out with a blog post every
Which you
single
do
week.
a freaking great. By the way, dude, you do a great job at that, especially on your YouTube page and stuff.
Yeah,
I check it all the time.
appreciate it, bro.
I learned it like, oh, dude, look at that different movement Jay's doing. Let me check that out. So you're killing it at that, man. You're doing
I
awesome.
appreciate it. And I think that's big, man, for people. We'll get more into building a brand, but having small goals like that instead of, those are the kind of goals that I have, though, like to keep myself on track. Like, for example, on a daily basis, I have routines that I keep myself accountable to, and I need to read a certain amount every day, and I need to meditate a certain length every day, and different things like that. So my short term goals, man, all evolve around basically keeping myself accountable to coming up with creative content that's going to benefit people, pushing out something every single day on my Instagram, and always just trying to keep the creative wheels running. And you just got to get super creative with it, man. And every single day it's new. You don't know what you're going to come up with, but you get to the gym and you're like, oh, this is something. I'll blast this out. This is going to help people, and people can learn from this. So a lot of my goals, man, like I said, all basically revolve around things like that. They're not really specific, set goals, quantifiable, more so kind of like shit that keeps me on track. Longer term though, man, I got bigger goals that are more quantifiable. For example, I'm building an investment property right now, so I'll turn around and sell that after 2 years and make some money.
Now that's where long term goals fall into. I like how
Yeah.
you separated the fitness with
Mm-hmm.
the entrepreneurial role because
Yep.
it takes a lot more a long time to
Yeah.
build the capital to do something you're
Mm-hmm.
doing. I like that you switched. That's sweet.
For sure. So that's one of my goals, obviously, is just to continue to build the brand, and just continue to build the Instagram, the YouTube, the Snapchat, continue helping people out. And then longer term, though, like let's say 5 years, I've been getting more into like, I know you said it's hard to come up with 5 year goals, but I've been trying to create like more of a vision, like long term. And my 5 year vision, man, is to move out of Ohio. I want to move out to Venice Beach near LA, out in California after I sell this investment property, and then build another one and sell that. That'll put me about 4.5 years, 5 years. Have an online business at that point that's grossing $250,000 plus every year. That's through training people, through apparel, through different streams of income online. And not to stray off topic, but one of my super long term goals that I've always had was to basically travel the world, at all times. Basically, just always be moving, experiencing new things, and just always moving around, moving to different places, traveling to different places. So Gary Vee talks about this. I reverse engineered my life to come up with a way to allow me to do that. Obviously, with a normal fucking job, you can't just pick up and move and go different places all the time. You get 2 weeks of paid
Word.
vacation every year if you're lucky, and that's it.
I
So
was a coal miner. I know that. I know that grind.
exactly. So I reverse engineered my
Dude, the
life.
online industry, I love it. The online
Yeah.
industry, it opens so many doors, and
Yep.
I think that's so good. That we're explaining this. We're both super young. You're 22, I'm 22, 24, and we're saying, hey guys, you can make fucking money online. Like,
Yeah, bro. You can make a lot of money
for
online.
real. Like a lot of
Words
people
out.
that's tuning in.
Yeah, so that's one of my long term goals, though, man. The 250,000, and then continuing to grow that. Obviously, I want to be a billionaire at some point, but 4 or 5 year goal, $250,000 plus, to where I'm moved out to LA and I'm still traveling all the time. I'd like to get a cover. I know I said it wasn't that important to be in magazines and stuff, and the brand is way more important. That's just one of my personal goals is to get a fitness cover, just something personal. I think would be awesome to have. I know Corey's on all sorts of covers, but I think that's definitely something I want to achieve. But the whole traveling thing and building the online business that allows me to travel, those are some of my longer term goals. And just always having a date on the calendar, that's the biggest thing for me. So you get into your shit now, though, man. I know
Dude,
you're big about goals. Go with your short term, your long term. What do you got?
First off, I want to say the carb life thing you got going on right now is super cool.
Shirts coming
Eating,
soon. I'm gonna drop
like,
the plug. Hashtag carb life shirts.
dude got bricks on his stomach and fucking eats Oreos every night. I'm like, I ate Oreos, I go up to 200 pounds. Like, how am I going to put on to 180?
Bro, did you see my Pop-Tart peanut butter sandwich last night, though?
No, I was
Check
on
that
Instagram.
out on Instagram.
I was actually at a Kenny Chesney concert last night, so I was kind of not tuned into the world for a few hours, which very seldom happens for me.
It's good to unplug every now and then, though.
Yeah, every now and then. You'll see that if you guys follow me on, different forms of social media.
So what's on your calendar, though, bro? What you got? I know you said you wanted to hit your fucking total, but I know, and you got your Venice stuff. What else you got?
So right now on my calendar, I just hit 500 for a double yesterday in reverse band bench press, which is putting me like super. Every time I've hit it within like 4 to 6 weeks, my training cycle goes, I hit the actual amount of weight that was on reverse band. So 500-pound bench has been a huge stepping stone, a huge just like life goal of mine. I really want to bench 5 plates, and then once I hit that, obviously I'm gonna hit the ground running and keep moving forward. I want that 500-pound bench press. I want a 1,900-pound total this year. That'll really put me up there. Right now I have a few world records. Part of them is kind of goofed up for anyone who don't know. Like there's different federations, and it's not as glorified, I guess, as what it could be. But I have a world record in IPA, squat, and total. So I am a world record holder. But I want the overall world record. I want it all. I'm a fucking.
I want it
like
all.
Me and Jay used to talk about being like, I don't want to be a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire.
Yep.
Really, I always raise my expectations for myself. So yes, that world record's cool. That's great. But now I'm ready. I want a 1,900-pound total, pushing me into a 2,000-pound total at 180, which so far right now has never been done. So let's fucking get that. That's something I want to do. It's a long-term goal of mine. Switching over to the business side of things, I like to have 100 members at my gym as a short-term goal. Right now, I'm a little over 70, approaching 80. Been open like 3 months, so it's doing pretty good. We're profiting, getting new stuff for the gym. I like to build a good, solid team here. I got some people doing bodybuilding. I got a couple of Sparta racers, some powerlifters, strongman guys. I like to sponsor. It's another small goal of mine. I want to sponsor everybody, with clothing and stuff. I'm all about giving back to my members. I think it's really cool because at the end of the day, they pay my bills for the gym, so it's their gym, not mine. So I just kind of like to push them off and go and get them guys, sponsor different things. Long-term goals, I talk about this all the time. I want to be a billionaire. There's 7 billion people, like 7.4 billion people in the world. How can I enhance your life enough to give me $1?
Yeah.
I want to earn it, $1 from you. What can I give to you where you feel like it was enough to give me back $1? So
damn, I love that.
I want to enhance everyone's life I meet. I want to give them something that helps them, become successful. I want to teach teachers, That's what I'm trying to say.
Build leaders, man.
Yes, exactly what I want. And I feel like the more I grind, like every relationship everyone I encounter, even the guy at, the drive-through at Starbucks, hey man, how's your day going? I'm asking, I'm trying to.
It's exactly. Really it's so weird too, because most people don't do that kind of shit, man. Like it's so abnormal when you do ask that, they're kind of like caught off guard, like. Yeah,
they're like, you're not being a dick to me. You're not like talking, but like, dude, kindness goes a long way, man. And another thing I want to do is I want to change the fitness industry because it's soft as fuck.
Yeah.
People read in a magazine they can only train 3 days a week, 4 or 5, 6 days a week, whatever, and everyone believes it. And I get there's science behind things, stuff, guys, but at the end of the day, it's like if someone told, like, if every day someone told you, hey, you can only eat every other day, or if you were forced to, if someone told you, basically how I want to break it down is, if I told you you could only eat 1 time a week, but you're going to starve for 6 days, would you only really eat 1 time a week? Would you do whatever it took to eat 7 days a week?
Yeah.
So basically what I'm trying to say is you got to put yourself in a situation like if it was a fucking zombie apocalypse and all hell was breaking loose, you're going to do whatever you got to do to survive. So in this industry, it's like everyone's trying to climb to the top, but you're only training 5 days a week. I'm going to beat you, dude. I'm climbing clear to the top, I'm doing whatever it takes. I'm putting myself life or death situation in my mind that I got to grind every single day to get to that next level. So that's
Plus, there's
my
always
take
something
on
to do,
that.
man. Like, even if your body's beat the hell up and you can't really train heavy that day, man, there's always shit. You can go work on
When was
mobility.
the last time you crushed your calves?
Yeah, exactly, bro. There's always
Dude,
something you
whenever
can do.
someone tells me they're over, I'm like, when's the last time you crushed your
Yeah,
calves?
I know I
And
need
they're
to
like,
crush more calves.
yeah, and they're like, oh shit, I haven't. When was the last time you killed forearms?
Yep.
Dude, they're like, I haven't done forearms in 6 months. I'm like,
Yeah.
see, shut the fuck up.
Go work on
That's
your
just
hip
what.
mobility. Go work on all sorts of different mobility, man. There's always something you can do.
And here's a disclaimer on my 7-day-a-week training. I'm not in there maxing out every single day, breaking the
Exactly.
muscle down 7 days a week. There are a couple days a week. If I'm beat up and my workout calls for legs and my hips are beat up, I'm not doing legs. I changed my programming up to
You
make it
gotta be
more
smart with
efficient.
it.
Use your
Self-aware.
head. Yeah,
Yep,
use your
self-aware,
head,
man.
man. But Jay, what do you think? Should we get into some Twitter questions before we start rambling too much?
Yeah, and I wanted to touch on one of my shorter term goals. I want to do my first bodybuilding show this year. I've done 2 photo shoots. I've gotten cut up a couple times. But I think the bodybuilding show will take it to the next level for me. And it's just another thing to have on date on the calendar. And then another long-term goal, like you said, man, I want to be one of the most influential people in the fitness world. I want to change the game, get it back to where it used to be with Arnold and shit back in the day. Corey's already done a fucking huge revolution basically in regards to the fitness industry and getting it back to where it was. But yeah, I want to definitely help move the.
I love to bring that blue collar feel in, man.
Yeah.
Like back home, we work 7 days a week in the coal mines doing the steel mills.
Exactly.
Like it's a custom. You're supposed to. So I want to see that now in the fitness industry. Like, hey, hard work works.
100%. I agree. All right, let's get into these Twitter questions. And guys, if you have any Twitter questions for episode 2, basically we're gonna film pretty much every Friday, and then we'll drop the episodes on Sunday evening. They'll be on YouTube probably at some point Saturday, and then we'll blast them out on Sunday. So stay tuned for those. But basically, just shoot us any kind of Twitter questions if you want to have anything answered during the week, and then we'll touch on it. So let's get started here. What we got first? Kevin Warren, he asked kind of some of what we already touched on. He asked some of our long-term fitness goals, both physically and business. Obviously, we both have huge goals, man. We want to be billionaires. We want to change the fitness game, be some of the most influential people in the fitness game. We want to touch people. We want to change people's lives, create leaders, all that good stuff. And I think we already did a pretty good job getting into that. But we want to do some big things, though. You got to have big goals. I think you would agree with that, right, Zach?
Dude, yeah, I love it.
Set your standards high, bro.
Raise your expectations. That's when guys walk in my gym. I don't even know. Like sometimes people travel out and come, to the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And as soon as they walk in, my first thing is raise your fucking expectations.
Yeah,
that's how I greet people. Like, this dude's crazy. This guy is crazy.
People settle so much, man. They settle for mediocrity. So
that's why I'm so passionate about it, man. When I talk, I'm like, dude, you can do better. I know it. Like I know people are better.
No, 100%. And I read this book called Think. I think it was called Think Big. And that's what the whole book was all about, man. Just setting your goals way higher than you ever would. Even if you don't achieve, let's say I have $1 trillion goal. Okay, I hit $1 billion. I don't hit the trillion. I still fucking make $1 billion. So
now, Jay, I want to talk about that for real quick. It's like me and you say we want to be billionaires, so we come short and only make $700 million. But in the same sense, like we have that higher expectation. If you have that expectation, tell me if I'm wrong. I want to make $100,000. So if you don't make it, what you'll make $60,000. You see what I'm saying? If you raise your expectations, literally, you're gonna start thinking of ways you can make money.
Exactly.
Rich Dad Poor Dad, he says in a Rich Dad Poor Dad, he goes, you're not poor. It's like you don't say when you're talking to yourself and saying, hey, I can't afford that. What you do, you say, how can I afford that? You start opening your mind up, open the doors up in your mind.
The how can attitude, man, is huge in a whole another sense as well, because people always say why this, why that, why does this happen to me, and if you ask like how can this benefit me and how can I use this for positive, so expanding on that. But all right, we get rambling here. We got so much fucking ideas in our brain here. We got to stay on
more
track.
episodes that come.
Yes, plenty. We got plenty to talk about. All right, this is a good one. Let's see, who's this? Brian. He just came and trained with us. He trained with you recently too. I don't know his last name. His Twitter handle is BBOEV8. I know he trained with you last week.
Yeah, this guy's awesome. I love Brian. He's cool.
So he asks, who are your biggest inspirations in both the fitness and business worlds, and why? So you start off, bro.
This is hard. So I've never really glorified another man because I feel like I can achieve anything. But if I want actually like direct inspiration, it's definitely Corey, because Corey gave me the chance. Essentially, Corey brought me out here to work for Muscle Farm. The dude's from the same area. He was a coal miner. I just have a lot of respect for him, dude. He's done basically the same things I'm trying to do. And he's just kind of like paving the way, both fitness and business. So I have It's probably one of my biggest inspirations, I'd have to say. And
Mm-hmm.
besides, I like Gary Vee, dude. Gary Vee just brings the fire. We're talking about him all the time.
Yeah.
Gary Vee, if you're tuning in, man, check this out. We went on the show.
But we're about to be on
Gary
the
Vee's
Ask Gary Vee show at some point. Let's believe
Gary Vee's
that.
awesome. He brings the fire and he keeps it real. And that's like my life. I keep it real. Like, I'm gonna say some stupid shit people I don't understand are gonna get, but that's just what I'm thinking. I'm gonna keep it real all the time. I ain't gonna try to be like nobody else because I ain't gonna be able to do it. The fakes are always gonna get exposed. So Gary Vee keeps it real, man. I like
He does. Absolutely. All right. Well, we're super similar in that sense then. Obviously, Corey, man, he's done so much for me. He's been my biggest mentor. He's like a second dad for me, a brother, like I said, a mentor. And he's taught me so, I mean, obviously I've learned a lot from my actual dad, my family and stuff, but Corey's expanded everything so much. He's opened me up to so many possibilities of what's out there. He's taught me so much inside the gym and outside the gym. Yeah, man, in business and in fitness, he obviously plays in both fields. And he started a company called Muscle Farm. You may have heard of it. It's I think they're $200 million company now. That's whatever. And now he's moving on to bigger and better things, where he's starting a media company that's going to be huge. He's got Corey G Fitness. He's got a supplement line coming out soon. So he's a huge inspiration inside and out of the gym. And then Gary Vee, man, I've been huge on Gary Vee stuff, and I think he's really changed the game for me too. Mentally, it's just getting my creative wheels moving and ideas for branding myself, and the importance of having a brand if you want to do anything in the online world. So Gary Vee's up there. Let's see, man. Oh, shit. There's not many, like you said. Like, I don't like glorifying people. I like doing my own thing, but I do get some ideas from some other people. Eric Thomas is really good. I really don't honestly spend much time watching his stuff. Every now and then I'll watch some stuff, but it's mainly Corey's stuff in person. I don't really watch a whole lot. I don't have time mainly to watch a lot of stuff, but
I'm hustling. I ain't got time. Like, you're exactly right.
If I'm gonna watch something, basically, long story short, I'm gonna watch something. It's gonna be Gary Vee. It's gonna be the Ask Gary Vee show, and that's pretty much all I watch for tactical, basically like strategic information. So, all right, let's move on. I think we pretty much covered that. Jake Sanders, my boy, old school gym.
Dude, shout out to Jake, by the way. Jake is a fucking grinder. That kid, it's all about putting yourself in the right situations, right positions, and Jake consistently does it. He's interning with Dustin. The dude, shout out to my man Dustin. Dustin's another, if I'm talking about inspirations, Dustin's
that too, I forgot about that. Yeah, Dustin's been big for me too, man.
Dustin kind of, I can't believe it. I'm sorry, D. I love you.
Yeah,
but dude, Dustin, he's the same as Corey. Yeah. The dude's a hustler. He keeps it real. But shout out to Jake too. Jake, you the man.
And actually, speaking on Dustin, man, I met Dustin before I did Corey at Old School.
Yeah,
and Dustin definitely opened me up to a lot of different things, and he's been big as well. I know he's just kind of in a different sphere for fitness. I think is why I've kind of gravitated more towards Corey in the fitness realm, because Dustin does more of the athletic training and the wrestling, and I mean, he knows his shit, absolutely, and it's just a little different than what I'm geared towards, more the fitness, the bodybuilding, the physique, and some of the powerlifting type stuff. So
we'll get him on here. We're gonna get Dustin on here.
Shout out to Coach Gut Check. Check him out. All right, Jake asked, do you guys ever have trouble sleeping and basically just constantly running over your goals in your head before you fall asleep? I already know.
Dude, so it's like every single night my girlfriend's like, Zach, you toss. I can't shut off, and that's definitely something. Actually, me and John Fosco talked about this. If you guys don't follow, what they call it, Business and Biceps now, Activate Radio. Sure. I was talking to him the other day about shutting off, from business to business. Like, you got to put all your efforts into one business, change gears, all your efforts into the next. Where I'm just always thinking, what can I do better? What can I do next? When I get a Snapchat, when I get a tweet, for you guys who already follow me, how transparent I am. You tweet me, I tweet you right back. I'm super big, and that's what I do. I want to help people. So it's hard for me to shut off at night. I'm constantly thinking, what can I do next? And I think really well, like around 11 o'clock, I like to get a popsicle right before bed. I don't know why. So I'm thinking real well, right? So I'm thinking really good. Yeah. There's a lot of things in my mind. I have a hard time shutting off, and that's probably why I only sleep. That contradicts fitness, but I sleep, 3 to 6 hours a night, and it's not always solid sleep. I wish I could get more solid sleep, and maybe something to work on.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty similar, man. Depending on the amount of caffeine I drink in a day, that definitely affects it. Like yesterday, I got pretty jacked up on caffeine, and I had some trouble sleeping. But no, I definitely sometimes sit up at night pretty often, where I just have all kinds of creative ideas flowing. I'm thinking of ideas like how can I come up with some new creative for Instagram or YouTube, or what's my next idea for the blog, or my Dumbbells and Dollars show on Instagram. So there's always ideas flowing, how to improve, how to get better, how to basically come up with content that's going to benefit people again, which comes back to building a brand, which we're going to touch on. But yeah, I definitely have trouble sleeping. But one thing I found is meditating before bed. I've gotten really big into meditation lately.
Yeah, you say that.
Yeah, and that definitely helps wind things down. And I try not to look at my phone too much, like right before I want to go to bed. But it's kind of hard with how engaged we are in social media. Like you said, we always respond on Twitter, Snapchat. So I'm always trying to respond as fast as possible. So it kind of contradicts that. But if I have my choice, I'll set my phone aside for a bit, and that'll help me kind of wind down. So I think we both have that issue, and I think anyone with creative minds that are trying to expand and grow are going to have the same issue. So it's just something you gotta
realize.
with.
I think me and Jay have a lot of the same answers on certain things.
We
Like
do.
this. A lot of the same daily habits. The same daily habits. So it's
exactly.
Cool.
Mike, your boy Mike.
That's my man.
Yes,
Mike's
sir.
on the team. He's
Yes,
on
sir.
Team Win the Day.
I love Mike. Mike's the man. I saw him at the powerlifting meet. I haven't seen him in a minute. So let's see what Mike's got here. Mike asked, we kind of touched on this earlier, at what moment did you guys realize it was time to collab and put together minds?
It's love at first sight. As soon as I met
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we have the same mindset, and Corey was kind of like, dude, you and Jay need to do some shit together. You guys are like a lot alike. So it's been a while. It's been a long time. Shit, we met probably over a year ago, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't really get like close, I don't think, until the whole Muscle Farm thing went down, man, which we can get into in another episode if we have time. But yeah, once the whole Muscle Farm thing went down, man, and we both got pushed into, we always wanted to be entrepreneurs, and we already kind of were, but we really got pushed into the fire right away. And I think that we kind of bonded over that. And yeah, it's just been continually growing relationship. And then recently we started talking about the podcast. And then this past week we were just like, fuck it, man, let's just do it. People have been asking about it. Let's go all in.
And that's it. We had to like get to know each other a lot better, because we just met a year ago. So if we want to bring you guys some education, some knowledge about us, we had to know each other well, real personally too. So that's been the delay in a sense, giving ourselves a little bit of credit. We're trying to get to know each other better. So
exactly.
So yeah.
Another question by Mike. He asked our thoughts on networking and the best way to go about it. What are your thoughts on that?
What are your thoughts about this?
My thoughts on that, man, I think it depends on what industry you're in, really. But I think online, there's always going to be a presence there where you can network with people in your similar industry and learn from people. You can get mentors online and just basically absorb all that content up. But if you're like, for example, in real estate investing, I know that there's big groups that meet once a month in big cities like Columbus. I went to one of them, and it's basically where just all the big time real estate investors and even the new guys all show up. There's a seminar by someone that's gonna put on the seminar, and then there's time to basically talk with everyone else there, network. So there's always going to be places you can go and meet in person, but then online there's a huge presence for us too. So I would just say figure out what you want to do first, what industry you want to be in, and then basically go online, find some places that are going to meet in person, and then just absorb all the information online, tweet people, correspond back and forth, follow people that are in your industry to get all that information. But there's always ways to network.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Man, I don't really go to none of these big events or even like you said, like follow people too close, just because I never want to lose my authenticness. I always want to be very authentic.
You gotta be careful.
So I don't go into these things. I don't want to like gather their ideas and almost try to portray myself as something. It's very contradictory with me with that.
And I think it depends what industry, man.
I agree.
For sure.
For what I'm doing, I just ask questions. If I have a question or I'll read, and that's kind of how I do my shit.
Yeah, you really don't need to network all that much. Like Mike, I know he wants to get in the fitness industry, which he already is, and just continue to grow that. You don't really have to network all that much in fitness. You just do your own thing, man, and link up with some cool people, a couple tight people. Like he's already linked up with you, obviously, and Corey and myself, and you got a tight knit group. Learn some things, and then start just producing your own shit. So Mike's gonna kill it. I already know. He's on Snapchat, dropping knowledge all the time.
Word of the wise, Mike, you're killing it, dude.
Check him out. Blaze, how do you not stress change? Basically, he's asking, how do you go about taking on something new, a new endeavor, without knowing if it's going to benefit you or not?
Dude, I love this.
Yeah.
I love this shit.
These are good.
Yo, legit, I worked in a coal mine, right? Let me slow it down a little bit. I worked in a coal, because I get real hype about this the change thing. So I worked in a coal mine, made literally my last year like $97,000, I think I made. So making really good money. So it's been 19, I was making that type of money. Bought a $170,000 house when I was 19, just turning 20. So I had my shit together, right? As I'm leaving to take the job at Muscle Farm, dude, I had to sell my house, Jay, within a few months, because you got to figure, like, I had some money saved up.
Yeah.
But when you're paying a mortgage on $170,000 and you're paying your apartment, all the bills add up. A few months later, I was going to lose the house. But I went anyways. I knew you have to feel it.
Get that gut
You
feeling.
can't just say, I'm going to be an entrepreneur and fuck everything. You need an exit plan, an exit strategy.
Mm-hmm.
You need to put yourself in a good situation to succeed, or you're not going to. So make sure you put yourself in a good situation, but you have to feel it. Like, you have to know, like, I was dying inside knowing I'm supposed to impact way more people in the world, which y'all probably wouldn't be listening to me right now if I never left the coal mines, because I work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I just knew there was something in me that I couldn't fail. Like, there was a greater power pulling me towards my goals, to my dreams, and I didn't know. And I knew I was a sales rep for Muscle Farm. I knew that wasn't my calling to be a sales rep, but I knew it was a step in the right direction to get me to one day, opening a gym was always a good dream, a goal of mine, but it was more so just impacting the world. If I was supposed to open a gym, I'd open a gym, and obviously, it's come that way, and open the gym. So my greater goal was always just enhance the world, and I just knew being in that coal mine, I couldn't do it. I felt it. There was a gut feeling. It was too strong to stay where I was. I took a step into the dark. I walked in the dark. Dude, when I moved to Indianapolis, I lived in the hood, bro. Legit. I moved into the hood. Like, I was paying like $500 a month rent. And where I'm from, that's a cool place, but here in the inner city Indianapolis, it wasn't. So I lived in hood for a year, man. Legit, like the real hood. And it was kind of sketchy, and I did whatever it took, And that's my thing with change, man. You got to feel it, believe it. Don't just go off of what other people are saying. Yeah, do it, or hey, don't do it. Don't chase your dreams. You really, truly got to get self-aware, believe in yourself that you're supposed to be doing something greater. Then you take that step, and I'm telling you, when you take that step, you got to be fucking relentless. You're not working a 9 to 5 no more, bro. When you take that step, you better come out swinging. Like, when I moved into the hood, I'm throwing haymakers, whatever it took to get me out the hood. I got out the valley, now I'm getting out the hood. And I'll keep progressing forward. What's your thoughts on that?
Definitely, man. I can't obviously speak on it on that type of magnitude of a level. But on a smaller sense, man, when I dropped out of college last year, obviously that was big for me. Because that's just basically what I was on track to go and graduate and get a normal job and yada yada yada. But I knew that's not what I wanted to do. I've always known I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to go build businesses. I knew I couldn't work a 9 to 5, but I was on track for that. And then last year, Corey and I had been talking for a while, and I kind of basically sat on the idea for a while, and finally decided to make the jump, man. And like you said, there was just a gut feeling. I knew it was time. I knew what I wanted to do. It just felt right. People didn't agree with me. For example, like my parents, my mom was all right with it, kind of, sort of. My dad was like, man, what are you doing? Like, it's a stupid ass idea. In a sense, he didn't really say that, but I could just tell he didn't agree with it. I had a vision. I had a much larger vision for what I wanted to do, man. I knew it was right at the time. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to take the leap. Just dropped out of school. And then the whole Muscle Farm thing went down to where got laid off from Muscle Farm. So I was like, now I got a decision to make. Do I go about starting to build businesses now, like I said I wanted to do? That's why I dropped out of school. Or do I go take another normal job and get a nice and secure paycheck? So I took the leap and got my real estate license, and then now I'm obviously, like I said, building the 101 online training, and a couple other different things business-wise. But yeah, man, I think it's just all about having that gut feeling, having the bigger vision. You got to always have a vision, man. You can't just quit. Like, if you're in college, I know there's another question here about college. You can't just drop out of college without a vision and know what you want to do. I
did that, by the way. I did do that in my younger years. I was a little bit crazier than I am now, and I dropped out of school. I went for a semester at tech school, and I dropped out. I knew I couldn't see. I wasn't doing the right thing when I was in there, so I ended up getting a real job, but I didn't have no exit strategy, like we talked. And I do know that question's on there too.
Yeah.
So I'm good. I mean, college, you're gonna learn, but if you really believe it ain't for you, you gotta move on. You gotta keep moving.
Yeah, let's move into the college one. I think, honestly, it just depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, if you're trying to be a doctor, you got to go to college. If you're trying to be anything like that needs a degree, you got to go to college. But if you want to
Jay, can you be an entrepreneur? Can you teach it? Gary Vee, can you teach it? For real?
I don't think so. I mean, you can learn. I think you're going to learn way more from a mentor. And in my own experience, I've learned way more from Corey than I ever did in a classroom. So I think it comes back to what you want to do, and then having that clear vision and being super sure about what you want to do. Because, the college degree is going to benefit you a hell of a lot in certain industries, but in other industries, it's not going to do a lot for you. You're just going to have a bunch of bills stacking up. So what are your thoughts? I know we kind of touched on it, but quickly, what do you think?
On what?
College.
Man, like I said, college, it depends on what you're doing. It wasn't for me. If you're trying to be like a doctor or lawyer, obviously you got to go to college, soak in as much information as you can. If you're one of those kids who's just going to college for business, I'm telling you right now, guys, business is only as hard as you make it. Just be smart about it, I guess, in a way. Use common sense. But business has taught me more about being in business has taught me more than that business class did that I failed. So I
Yep.
failed a business class, and now I literally me and Jay were talking. By the end of probably this summer, I'm gonna have 6 businesses, legit registered businesses, and the business I have now, the 3 businesses are all profiting. Um, I'm not a millionaire, obviously, but my businesses are profiting, and I'm laying that foundation work.
Mm-hmm.
I see a very big numbers in my future. It all rolls back from impacting people and doing exactly what I love. This ain't work for me. I fucking love this shit.
Same.
You know what I mean? Like I love talking right now. So,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking about building our businesses. So it depends on what you're doing for sure.
Yep. All right, cool. We got, let's see, one more question from Peter, my boy Peter. I know you know him. He was at the,
Peter, he's on the team.
yes,
Peter's on the
sir.
team. Team win the day.
I saw him at the pilot meet putting up some numbers. He asked what the very last thing you do before going to bed.
Dude, I popsicles, bro. No, it was for me before the photo shoot was coming up. I'm like, yo, I get my bicep game up. If I'm gonna stand next to Corey, Dustin, and Jay, I gotta get my bicep game up. So I went outside. Y'all gonna laugh at this shit because I'm all about man shit. I got a big ass rock out of the garden, or our front landscaping.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend walked in. I'm scrubbing it, with the thing we wash dishes with. She was pissed. So I'm scrubbing all the mud off. And she's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Why are you cleaning a rock?" I'm crazy, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna curl it every night. It was awkward. It's like 25 pounds, but you gotta grip it like this. So I curl it. I do 100 curls with each arm. Put it behind my head. I do 100 crunches. I do that after I eat the popsicle because I burn that popsicle off. What do you do, Jay?
Yeah, so I've been touching on my morning routine. I did a little Snapchat rant yesterday. I have a pretty set morning routine, man, where I know exactly what I'm doing every morning, but my nightly routine's a little bit off still. I'm trying to get it set. But basically every night I'm going to hit my abs at least 5 or 6 nights a week where I hit my weighted crunches, my ab wheels, and some push-ups. Trying to grow that chest, so I've been doing more push-ups lately. I'm going to read a little bit at night usually, and then I try to meditate every night. It hasn't happened every night. I do it pretty much every morning. I'm trying to incorporate it at night because, like I said, it helps me sleep. But really, honestly, if you're going to try to get super technical with it, the last thing I do before I go to bed and actually go unconscious is probably respond to somebody on Twitter or Snapchat. I know you're probably the same. That's usually the last thing that actually physically, technically happens is I respond to somebody.
If we're breaking it down,
Yeah.
like the last thing I do, I'm on my Snapchat, my Twitter, my Instagram. I'm trying to get back to everybody.
Yep.
I just got another question in. It says, I want to ask you this. I always throw this at people. What if you're in a situation where you have 30 minutes to train? What do you do? Or let me add on this. What do you train? And I'm interested to see, what do you train, Jay, if you got 30 minutes? Because I know I was in a situation the other day. I had 30 minutes to train. I even own a gym. Sometimes I get put in that situation. What muscle group do you train, Jay? And, what do you do? Like, how do you go about the workout?
I mean, the muscle group really just depends on where I'm at in the week. If you know what I mean? Because usually, like Monday, I train chest and back or just chest. So it really depends on where I'm at in that regard. But I'm probably going to hit some really quick squats, just some volume probably. And then I'm going to knock out some HIIT interval type lifting. So if I've got chest that day, I'm probably going to hit up like a circuit of like 4 or 5 movements for 4 or 5 sets and bust out as many reps as possible. Just get some blood flowing, and then I might hit some quick lunges, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, depending on how much time I got left. I know it would be tough to fit all that in 30 minutes, but I'm gonna try to cram as much as I can in that 30 minutes, and the intensity is gonna be there. I mean, it's always there, but there's not gonna be any rest. You know what I mean? If you only have 30 minutes, you're really gonna be pushing between sets with pretty much 0 rest. So again, it just depends on the muscle group, but I'm gonna get it. What about you?
Dude, first off, I know I got 30 minutes to train. I ain't gonna be down on myself. Oh shit, man. It's all about the fucking mindset. I only got 30 minutes to train. Fuck that. I got 30 minutes. I'm about to rip some shit out. Like, this is gonna be the best work I had all week. So, first thing, I get my mind right. Get your fucking mind right. Say you're gonna kill this workout. If I have 30 minutes, if I'm coming up to a competition, guys lack core work. So the first thing I'm hitting before everything, I'm crushing my core because I'm not getting enough of it through the week. I know I'm not. I want to hit my core work because without a strong core, you ain't gonna have strong legs or a strong deadlift, strong bench. And it depends on where I'm at during the week. If it's like a heavy squat day, I'll cancel it out and I'll do it the next day. I'll try to throw in maybe some accessory work, lots of buys, lots of tries, traps. Depends on where I'm at during the week. Lots of volume, lots of supersets. I'll hit maybe, 5 or 6 drop sets on everything. So I get that crazy pump in, intensity's high, my mindset's right. Even if I'm doing core for 10 minutes and 20 minutes of just straight up volume banging shit out. So get your mind right first. Then, dude, I'd rather guys go in the gym and give me 30 fucking hard minutes every single workout than give me 2 hours on their phone half the time,
Yep,
talking to their
exactly.
fucking
Ain't that the
boyfriend,
truth?
sitting on a dude. So at the end of the day, never underestimate the power of a 30-minute workout.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. Cool. All right, man. My computer's on low battery here. We're at 45 minutes. We're gonna wrap this shit up. 45 minutes went by quick. We're probably gonna keep most episodes between 30 45 minutes. We'll see how it goes. But we're just gonna, like I said, answer questions, have some topics we're gonna touch on. Where can they find you at, Zach? Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all the good stuff.
Zach Homol Power on everything, even YouTube. I'm gonna get a little more transparent on that. But yeah, Zach Homol Power. How about you, Jay?
JAY_Azeltine. It's AZELTINE on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. If you want to email me, jazeltinefitness@gmail.com. Definitely hit me up on Snapchat and Instagram. Try to get more active on Twitter. Like I said, Zach and I are going to do an episode. Basically, we're going to film it on Friday. We'll get it blasted out on YouTube on Saturday, and then we'll blast it out on social media probably Sunday evening. So stay tuned. We're going to come up with a its own YouTube channel, so you can subscribe to that. We'll blast that out once it's all created. We're going to work on that today. Not sure what episode 2 is going to be yet, but it's going to be fucking fire, like always.
Bring it. Let's bring it.
Anything else before we go here, Zach? You got anything to leave them with?
Dude, thanks for tuning in, guys. Listen to us. I'm glad y'all are going to come about the journey with us. Keep asking questions. We'll keep throwing it back at you. Our thoughts on it. And let's do it. I'm pumped, man. I'm hyped about this.
And win the fucking day, right?
Win the motherfucker. I'm about to go train. I'm hyped, dude. I'm getting ready to drink a pre-workout. I'm ready to go. All right, guys. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks,
Until next time. Later,
soon.
guys. See you, Zach.
See y'all.